Okay, so my next video was going to be on all the characters who died in MK9, MKX, and in the MK comic series, and then some of the deaths that I speculated to have happened in the latter endings of MKX, which would explain why a lot of characters haven't been on my latest 2 lists. But I think this video should go out seeing that I keep seeing the same comments over and over again saying, "You forgot Mileena," or "Mileena has 1,000 copies of herself," and so on. But she died in the story mode, and I said for the rules that I would not include anyone who I saw die in the story mode. I was trying my best not to be biased, seeing Mileena is my favorite Mortal Kombat character, and I really want to see her in all the Mortal Kombat games. And I completely understand Mileena is an extremely popular Mortal Kombat character. So for this quick video of the journey to Mortal Kombat 11, I want to come up with the best possible answer to, will Mileena return in MK11? Now I think I did enough research on this subject to come up with a definitive answer rather than there are just 1,000 clones of Mileena. So I will give both possibilities, that she is alive and that she is dead in the current canon of the game. First, let's talk about the fact that she is dead. D'Vorah did kill Mileena in the MKX story mode by pushing her lips to Mileena and making out with her as bugs swarm into her mouth and eat her alive. Now there are several problems with this fucking scene. Mileena isn't fighting back at all. I mean, look at all those big fucking teeth. Why isn't she trying to bite D'Vorah and take a chunk of her face? Or even snap her jaws at D'Vorah to stop her from getting any closer. They could have just sent her to the dungeon to be tortured, and then they could have kept her alive instead of having her death just be for shock value. Number 2, she can teleport! Why doesn't she just teleport away? Unless that move can only be used in a standing position. And number 3, D'Vorah is a fucking idiot for even thinking of killing Mileena in this fashion. Again, see complaint number 1. And real quick, let's also talk about her arcade ending where she has 1,000 clones of herself, because that is stupid for its own reasons if it were canon, because again, it has several problems. Number 1, that would mean her death has no meaning and it would have been absolutely pointless. Number 2, if there are 1,000 clones of ravenous, vicious Mileena clones, why aren't they attacking? If you had a clone army of Mileenas, why wouldn't you just attack and win? Number 3, this is just me and I know they have a hive mind from what the ending says, but if I saw an army of Mileenas, I would say, I want to fight the original. Or, which one of you is the real Mileena? And what would probably happen is they would start fighting over who is the original and would probably kill one another. Maybe. It's just something I always thought would happen if you were to ask any army of clones this. And number 4, I said it once and I will say it again. Not all of the latter endings are canon. Now that I've talked about all the ways that she is dead and that her latter ending is not canon in the slightest, let's talk about the real evidence that I see for her being alive for MK11. Yes, there is real evidence that she is alive, and I have not seen a single comment saying this. Yet, I still remember it very well, and it is this one single intro.
In the dream realm, you are reborn.
You spout nonsense.
Here you are dead. In the dream realm, you are reborn. You are reborn.
This gives more proof than anything else that she is reborn in the dream realm, and also says she does in fact die in the current realm, which is something I can 100% believe more than she has 1,000 clones of herself any day. Plus the dialogue comes from a DLC character, a intro specifically between Tremor and Mileena nonetheless. That means they had to not only come up with the script for this, but they probably had to have the voice actor for Mileena record this before Tremor was even announced. I mean, we even have intros in MKX that reveal Reptile's true name. So these intros can be counted as canon. Why would they just put an intro in the game if it meant nothing? And intros are being skipped nowadays since everyone has heard them already, so it might have just flown over everyone's heads. Just an idea, but if she was just reborn into the dream realm, maybe she has amnesia as a side effect from being reborn, and she is just wandering around the realms, getting into fights with people that are saying that she is a bad person. And over the course of the story, she not only remembers who she is / was, but also remember who killed her and seeks revenge. So in conclusion, is Mileena gonna be reborn in the Dream Realm and return in MK11? It is hard to say if they will actually go with this storyline, but it would be interesting nonetheless. I do hope that they would explain how she is brought back to life in the dream realm, because that actually interests me if they do go with this storyline. Is it like the Lazarus Pit in the DC Comics? Maybe they will do another comic series before the game comes out, telling more of the events between the games. Mileena could even have her own chapter in MK11's story mode, tracking down D'Vorah and killing her in some of those gruesome ways. That would just be fucking awesome. Anyways, I hope this answer suffice for if Mileena re-returned. I really hope she does return, since she did go out like a bitch in the story mode, and if she were to die in the games, she deserves a better death than that. Plus, again, I would love to see her get revenge on D'Vorah in the most gruesome way possible. For further updates, follow me on Twitter at MIKombat, and now I'm going to go back to working on the video that covers all the deaths in MK9, MKX, and the comic series. Until next time.